Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie McMullen. I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic here at Mount St. Vincent University. As we gather today, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the Mi'kmaq people of the territory on which we meet. Mount St. Vincent University is built on unceded Mi'kmaq territory. We also pay respect to the Mi'kmaq knowledge embedded in this land and to the elders, past, present, and future. Please be seated. This is my first convocation, so you're going to have to bear with me. Today's event is also being celebrated on social media. We invite you to join us in using hashtag MSVUgrads, all one word. That's hashtag MSVUgrads. And you can log on to our secure wireless network using the username Mount, M-O-U-N-T, and password Convocation19. That's Convocation 19. We are really pleased today to see some children in the audience, and we welcome their presence here and are happy to have them included as part of our celebration. At this time, I would like to invite Paula Berry to the podium for the invocation.
Well, graduates, you made it. Many of you kept full-time jobs, raised families, and faced challenges big and small along the way. You worked hard, you pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone, and you didn't give up. Congratulations on all you've accomplished. May all that has helped you during your Mount experience continue to serve you well. Let us take a moment to remember all those who've supported you on this journey. For parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, and dear friends. For teachers, mentors, and professors. They are the reason that we're sitting here today. In the words of Michelle Obama, lawyer, advocate for poverty awareness, education and healthy eating, and of course, former First Lady of the United States of America, you may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious, and hope can take on a life of its own. Enjoy today fully. Best of luck as you continue your journey, and may you always have courage. May you always have hope.
Thank you, Paula. At this time, I would like to introduce our president, Dr. Mary Bluchard. She's the president and vice chancellor of Mount St. Vincent University, and I'd like to invite her to the podium for welcome remarks.
Thank you, Julie. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Board Chair McGuire, Chancellor O'Keefe, government representatives, student union representatives, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, graduates, alumni, families, and friends. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Mount St. Vincent University's Fall 2019 Convocation. At our convocation ceremonies today, we gather to celebrate the accomplishments of more than 380 of our students from 18 different countries. They have completed their required courses of study and now receive their certificates, diplomas, and degrees from 31 programs. 48 students are graduating with distinction, and 1 student is graduating with first-class honors. 16 students will receive a Senate Award of Distinction as they graduate with distinction and highest aggregate in their diploma or bachelor program. We're all very, very proud of today's graduates, and on behalf of the entire Mount community, I congratulate you all on achieving your academic goals here at the Mount. I'm delighted to see so many members of the Mount family counted among today's graduates, student athletes, volunteers, student union members, and some of our own staff members. It is a privilege to join you in today's celebration. Also joining our students are 2 exceptional individuals who will serve as an inspiration for our graduates, an inspiration for all of us as they accept an honorary degree. Dr. Lou Massa is a renowned chemist and physicist who has made groundbreaking contributions to the field of quantum crystallography. Louise Bradley is a health sector leader who has had a transformational impact on mental health care for Canadians. We look so forward to welcoming them into the Mount family, Dr. Massa as part of this morning's ceremony, and Ms. Bradley this afternoon. Graduates, today you celebrate the end of an exciting, but no doubt also challenging at times, journey. And we, your family, friends, and Mount community celebrate heartily with you. As you look back at your time at the Mount, may you do so with great fondness for the people you've met, including friends, mentors, outstanding faculty and staff, the places you've been, and the knowledge and skills you've acquired. Certainly, the Mount community is much stronger because each one of you has been a part of it. Ours really is a special, special university. Mount St. Vincent University is a gem in Canada, a university with unparalleled social impact at home, across the country, and around the world, an agent of social change. In fact, we've been breaking ground since our very beginning. When the Mount was established in 1873, it was one of the only institutions of higher education for women in Canada. At a time when women could not vote, the Mount provided an opportunity for women to learn and participate equally in society. Today, we continue to lead in areas of critical focus on the world, some long-standing, some emerging, and others shifting. And you, our students, our graduates, are ready to lead like no others. You have been part of service-based learning opportunities through which you've shared your time and talents with local communities in need. You've worked in laboratories and in the field with faculty researchers who are world leaders in areas from Alzheimer's disease to infant nutrition and topics in between, far too numerous to name. You've learned the powers of critical inquiry and the value of a multiplicity of perspectives. And it's my hope that you've also learned the importance of a strong emphasis on equality, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility. Graduates, wherever your professional journeys may take you, I hope you will champion equity and inclusion at every turn. Indeed, the Mount was founded on a commitment to equality and inclusion. It's been a part of us since our very beginning. And it's an area in which we are passionately committed to continuing to lead. Across our university, countless individuals and groups are advancing these principles in their work. Mount faculty are leading research efforts and collaborations in Aboriginal affairs, women in STEM, international relations, gender studies, gender identity, early childhood, and youth and care, to name only a few. Just this past August, the Honourable Christy Duncan, then Federal Minister of Science and Sport, named the Mount as the only Nova Scotian university, and I repeat that, the only Nova Scotian university, and one of only 17 universities nationally selected to participate in the federal government's New Dimensions program, focused on fostering research excellence through increased equity, diversity, and inclusion. And I must say, thank you, Dr. Gail MacDonald, our AVP Research. As well, we recently struck a Students of African Descent Advisory Committee to guide efforts across the university community to empower and engage Black students of African descent. We've also created an advisory committee to put important emphasis on consultation, services, resources, and educational opportunity towards ensuring an inclusive and supportive campus for those who identify as two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. Wow, how remarkable is this? This spring, we completed several accessibility improvements in this auditorium, rendering this stage accessible via leveled access, installing a new fully accessible washroom nearby, and enhancing accessible parking adjacent to the building. These upgrades are part of a much bigger effort and ongoing evolution that won't stop here. And these excellent examples just mentioned represent but a few of the many EDI-focused efforts underway here at the Mount. Are we there yet? No. There is and perhaps always will be much work remaining. But we're committed to this journey and continuing to lead. Yes, we are deeply committed. And we're well positioned in Universities Canada to lead. Let me assure you, we are a small wonder, but we are sitting at the big table. There truly is a place for everyone here at Mount St. Vincent University, and it certainly is a privilege for me to lead a university like the Mount. From elementary school classrooms across Nova Scotia to boardrooms around the globe, our graduates are making change in the world. Graduands, I know you will join them and make waves of your own. Please stay connected with us. Continue to be invested in the evolution of your university. Continue to challenge us as we have challenged you, and come home often. Before I wrap up, I'd like to extend a special welcome to a trio of new senior leaders at the Mount, for whom this is their first Mount Convocation. We're thrilled to have these exceptional individuals as part of our team. Dr. Julie McMullen, our new Vice President Academic and Provost. Mustanzer Nadeem, our new Vice President Administration. And Dr. Carrie Dawson, our new Dean of Arts and Science. Welcome to all of you. I now invite each of you, graduands, to join me in thanking the Mount faculty and staff who have guided your growth and learning, you have been taught and supported by the very best, as well as your family and friends who have supported you throughout your time with us. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge all of the people who have worked to prepare today's ceremony. Ceremonies such as this do not just happen. These folks are all phenomenal, and without their hard work and commitment to making this day special for you and your families, for all of us, our celebration would not be possible. So thank you to all of you, all of our volunteers. Graduands, today we thank you, we celebrate you, we bid you farewell, confident your future will be enriched as a result of your time here at the Mount. And we look forward to having you as a long-term member of the Mount family as our alumni. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And I would now like to invite our AVP Research, Dr. Gail MacDonald, to come to the podium to present the Award for Research Excellence.
Good morning. I'd ask Dr. Gabrielle Durapeau to stand, please. The Mounts Award for Research Excellence was established to recognize exemplary contributions to the research and creative community, to the research climate, and to the intellectual life of the university. Dr. Gabrielle Durapeau, Associate Professor of Business and Tourism and known to us as Gabby, is the 2019 Research Excellence Award winner. Her nominator and chair, Dr. Peter Mumberkett, states that Dr. Durapeau's co-authored book, Anti-History, Theorizing the Past, History and Historiography in Management and Organizational Studies, is revolutionary in the explorations of actor network theory and cultural theory historiography. Distinguished scholar Roy Sotheby in 2016 states that, and I quote, "This view of history, anti-history, is perhaps the most distant from functionalist views of history, but arguably offers the greatest potential for communion between historians and organizational theorists." And for those who aren't academics, historians and organizational theorists don't always play in the same sandbox. So what he's saying is, in the same sandbox, so what he's saying is, this is a very good thing that Dr. Durapeau has done. I think translation's often in order at these ceremonies. Dr. Tian Yanyu, also her colleague and nominator, writes, Dr. Durapo has published 15 articles since 2019 in several high-profile journals, 14 peer-reviewed book chapters, and has co-edited or co-authored 5 books in that time. She has presented dozens of presentations at international conferences, is a co-investigator on a significant external grant on equity, identity, and history in management knowledge, has been on several executives on organizations in her field, and has been twice an invited speaker or keynote to international conferences in the UK as recently as 2016 and 2017. She has also supervised over 13 PhD students, which is a remarkable achievement given that this is from a distance, as there is no doctoral program at the Mount in business. And as I can attest that as someone who's currently supervising a doctoral student from a distance, this tends not to make the heart grow fonder, it tends to make the work harder for everyone. Dr. Yu refers to Gabby as, and I quote, an incredibly passionate and tireless researcher with great ethics and integrity. This is evident from both her output and the commentaries on her work. But I'd like to add something else at this juncture. I interview all full-time faculty for their research interests. Dr. Durapo was hired before my tenure here as AVPR, so I didn't have the pleasure of interviewing her initially. But I can tell you that the faculty from her department uniformly praise her collegiality, her mentorship, and her kindness. Many new faculty indicate that she mentors them, all of them. And as we know, there's quite a few new faculty in business and tourism. This is a Research Excellence Award, but I believe that how we do our work is just as important as what we achieve. In an age in which competition is highly valued, it is Dr. Durapo's humanity that I believe is her most striking quality. For all of these reasons, it gives me great pleasure to award you, Dr. Durapo, on behalf of the Senate Committee on Research and Publications, the Research Excellence Award for 2019. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Gabrielle Durapo.
At this time, I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Sheriff Mata to present the honorary degree candidate, Lou Massa.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present you Lou Massa for the award of the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Professor Massa is the son of Italian immigrants that settled in the US in New York State. He lives and works in New York City, and he's a professor of chemistry and physics and the director of the Laboratory of Quantum Crystallography. How are you going to translate that one? At Hunter College, City University of New York. A researcher, a teacher, a mentor, a TV personality, a writer, a family person, and a long-time and close friend of Mount St. Vincent University are various attributes you can call Lou Massa by. Professor Massa's scholarship path is truly remarkable and inspirational. It is a story of delayed recognition par excellence, and teaches us not to lose faith in oneself. His now recognized breakthrough work dates back to the 70s and the 80s, work that has now matured in an entire new branch of science bearing the name he coined, that is quantum crystallography. So in this regards, let me state the obvious. It is unusual to meet or know someone who has developed an entire field of research now followed by many in the world. Resisted at first by some members of the establishment back then, now Lou Massa's quantum crystallography is perhaps one of the hottest topics in modern X-ray crystallography, with several devoted conferences, workshops, books, a festschrift, dedicated issues for specialized periodicals, and a fierce competition worldwide among young researchers, particularly in the following countries: France, Germany, Italy, Austria, Switzerland, the United States, and Canada. And this group of new researchers have embraced and received quantum crystallography with open arms and excited minds. Everyone in this new generation of scientists is now racing to contribute to this field. What a change a few years have achieved or done or brought. In 2017, the International Union of Crystallography, which is a huge body, non-NGO, with representatives from 120 countries, including Canada, has adopted in its General Assembly held in Hyderabad, India, the establishment of one of its 20 permanent commissions to be named, guess what? Quantum crystallography, the International Union Commission of Quantum Crystallography. So that's a great honor. So what is, in a nutshell, quantum crystallography? Or perhaps what is crystallography first, and in a few words? Up to recent times, or up to now, crystallography was considered as the primary tool to uncover the atomic structure of molecules, big and small. Once you know the structure, much becomes known about the material you're studying, whether it is a metal or a protein or an intelligent material. More than perhaps 30 Nobel Prizes have been heavily connected with crystallography in one way or another, spanning the prizes in physics, chemistry, and physiology or medicine. One of our actual former honorary degree recipient of 2014 is Ada Yonath, who won the Nobel Prize in 2009 for solving the structure of the ribosome. This is the machine in the cell that creates the proteins. And she solved it by nothing else than crystallography, this same field. Incidentally, Lou Massa and Ada Yonath are great friends, and they have collaborated and published extensively together. But as such, crystallography, traditional crystallography, by giving the structural information, as important as that is, and I cannot overemphasize the importance of structure, it only provides a tiny fraction of the information that can, in principle, be digged out of the experimental data. This additional information can only be extracted when the treatment of the experimental data incorporates or imposes the quantum mechanical conditions of theory through the field that was developed by our honoree named quantum crystallography. This is why you have these two strange connection of two names. One is theoretical, quantum, and crystallography, which is the study of crystals, which is an experimental science. So what kind of information that can yield? It can yield, for example, energies, which are crucial if you want to say, for example, know how strong a drug binds to a given receptor, or how sticky is an immunoglobulin to an antigen, immune recognition, for instance. This is, in a nutshell, a very brief, hand-wavy description of the main contribution of our honoree, Professor Massa. But Professor Massa has many other contributions to fundamental science, and just to cite a couple quickly, a couple of examples, he pioneered the use of theoretical calculations to propose electrically charged hydrogen clusters in the outer interstellar space, which were consistent with astrophysical observation, with a few papers in Nature. And later, on a different line of research, he also discovered or co-discovered with Ada Yonath and another very important scientist by the name of Jerome Karl, the mechanism of the peptide bond formation in the ribosome. And for those who have taken any biology, they would know that the peptide bond is what holds all proteins as we're sitting here in this auditorium together. But this is not all, far from, but for the sake of time, let me just mention one last and very important contribution of Lou Massa, and this is his role in the diffusion of science to the general public. For years, Professor Massa was the host of a program called Science and the Written Word. This is a series of 30 minutes interviews that were broadcast in New York City by City University of New York TV, CUNY TV, with some of the foremost scientists of our present times, including at least a dozen Nobel laureates, with legendary names such as Jim Watson or James Watson, as Watson and Crick, double helical model of DNA. James Watson and Crick. Yeah. So for education of the public. The interviews are now deposited in the History of Science Institute in Philadelphia and are permanently available on YouTube for anyone in the world to watch. These interviews were collected in Professor Massa's Oxford University Press book, bearing the same name as his TV program, Science and the Written Word. I feel personally very privileged to help in welcoming Lou Massa and his wonderful wife, who's sitting there, Mary Massa, who is here in the audience, back to the Mount, because he has visited the Mount several times, and would like also to congratulate them warmly and their children, Jimmy, Annie, and Angelina, who may be watching, hi, where's the camera? Hi, for a well-deserved award. Thank you, and congratulations.
On behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Lou Massa, to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Yeah, you're okay. Found a snap. No, it's still turned.
And now I would like to invite Lou Massa to the podium to deliver the Convocation address to the graduates.
Thank you. Madam Chancellor, Madam President and Vice Chancellor, honored guests, graduates, and friends. Thank you all very much. Merci beaucoup. I'm grateful to the Mount for this honor, which is highly meaningful to me. And before I say more, let me thank Professor Mata for his very kind introductory remarks. I congratulate the graduates and their families and friends for their achievement culminating with today's graduation. Today, you graduates start a new phase in your lives, and that, I think, is very exciting. Perhaps you're going to go to graduate school or go to work in industry or business, etc. In all cases, do what your instinct tells you to do. In that way, work becomes engaging and satisfying, which I think is important. And remember, every job is worthy of respect. That because all jobs are required for a good society. There is no such thing as an unimportant job. Everyone contributes to society, the janitor, the manager, or the CEO. That being said, no matter what you choose as your next step, I encourage you to remain in close touch with your alma mater, Mount St. Vincent University. And that includes me too. We're at a truly great institution here. I've had close ties with the Mount's faculty for several years. I attended a quantum crystallography conference here last year, and I've been interviewed on the Mount's TV program, which is called Conversations with Faculty. And as just mentioned, I know and collaborate with one of the Mount's previous honorees, Professor Adionath. I've been to the Mount many times, including in this very auditorium. So the Mount, in fact, feels hospitable to me, and I like that very much. But there are more reasons for the good feelings here. The education of men and women obviously is of equal importance. But because of the historical way education has developed, let me speak of the education of women for a moment. I come from Hunter College of the City University of New York, where just like the Mount, the education of women is central in its mission and tradition. In fact, our student population is 65% women, which I understand is very similar to that here at the Mount. I take this opportunity to tip this very large hat I'm wearing to the leadership of the Mount in promoting the education of women, including in the STEM areas, something pioneered, as I understand it, by one of your faculty members in the Department of Biology, Professor Tamara Franz Odendahl. The widespread effort for enhancing equity with regards to women, especially in the STEM areas, has started to bear fruit and is closing the gender gap. Last year, a Canadian woman in physics, Professor Donna Strickland, won the 4th Nobel Prize ever awarded to a woman in physics. That was for her work on lasers. In that same year, the American woman, Professor Frances Arnold, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her pioneering work on directed evolution. She became the 5th woman Nobel laureate in chemistry, the 4th having been Adionath. So I can tell the graduates with some confidence, the world of education is changing for the better, and you can run with that. I have tried to think about a message I might transmit to those graduating here today. Something that comes from my own experience in life that I can pass on to you is as follows. You must persevere and believe in yourself. I could repeat that. You must persevere and believe in yourself. As Professor Mata mentioned as an example of this, my own work had been received with a bit of resistance at first. But now, long after, it appears to have gained some acceptance in the scientific world. I also want to say something about the role of friendship and collaboration in science, and I think it also applies to life in general. To pick up the line regarding Adionath again, before meeting her in the late 70s, I had never even heard about the ribosome, the subject of her Nobel Prize. I was trained in physics, and I did not fully grasp the importance of that little biomolecular machine at the time. Later, when I started collaborating with her, applying quantum mechanics to ribosome function in living cells, the importance of the ribosome started to sink in a bit. So perhaps you may see there's always room for improving knowledge as you go forward. What I'm trying to illustrate here, though, is the important idea that friends influence our thoughts, our behavior, and perhaps even our path through life. this may be a good enough reason to choose our friends wisely. That being said, perhaps our closest friends could be our own families, and we must be grateful to them. If there was any achievement, perhaps, for which I am grateful to be honored today, that could have only been accomplished with the support of my family. In fact, I'm supported today by my wife, Mary, who's in the audience, which is symbolic and typical of her unwavering support throughout my life. She is what makes my life go. Although I can generally feel insecure about handing out advice, because ultimately we must all find our own way. Nevertheless, I do feel good in suggesting to you, you graduates, you must work hard at whatever job you do, and you must appreciate the importance of doing it. Thus, do work hard and do enjoy the work. In closing, I thank the Mount again for honoring me, and above all, I congratulate you again, the graduating class, for your achievements culminating in this happy day, the day of your graduation. I wish you all the very best in your future, all the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Massa, for that lovely address. At this time, I'd like to introduce the very talented musicians that we have on stage here in Walt music, with Shimon Walt on the cello and Barbara Pritchard on the piano. Yes. They will be playing Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen for us just now. And as they are, I'd like you to sit and reflect on your experience, the experience of the day, and your future as graduates of the Mount. Thank you, that was beautiful. The president of the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association is with us today, Alison McDonald, and she'd like to give you a few words of welcome.
Chancellor O'Keefe, President Bluchard, distinguished guests, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. To our graduates, congratulations. Today is a day for you to celebrate your academic and personal success. I say with both experience and confidence that your Mount education will influence many aspects of your life moving forward. Your professors, your peers, and the greater Mount community have helped to form a unique and rich foundation for your bright future. Throughout your time here, your experiences may also have been unknowingly shaped in part by those who graduated before you. As guest lecturers, co-op employers, university staff, mentors, and sports fans, you have felt the impact of the alumni who remain connected to this special place. And I hope that when you leave here today, you too will stay connected. As you are bestowed your degrees, you will also receive an alumni lapel pin bearing the coat of arms of the Mount to mark your membership in the Alumni Association. With that, you will become one of the many thousands of women and men who have come from around the globe to study at the Mount. Wear your pin with pride. And you will have also received your individual alumni card when you picked up your gown for today's ceremony. This is your self-identifier as a Mount graduate, allowing you to take advantage of the benefits and discounts available to us. Enjoy. And as you start the next phase of your life, please stay close and keep us informed of your news and accomplishments. On behalf of all Mount alumni, congratulations and welcome to the family.
Thank you, Alison. So now the moment that we've all been waiting for. I know that many of you are going to want to capture this special moment on camera. So for those of you who would like to get a little closer, we ask the following. The stage, the blue carpet here, is only for the graduates and the people who are currently on the stage. So as your graduate makes their way toward the stage, please feel free to come down the stairs, but just make sure that you don't come up on the stage or it's going to get a little bit chaotic. So we respectfully ask that, that you keep that in mind as you are capturing this special moment for your graduate. Chancellor. And Dean Dawson.
Good morning. Before we begin, I'd like to make you aware of the Senate Awards of Distinction. As we process our graduates today, some of them will receive Senate Awards of Distinction, engraved pewter medals awarded by the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University. The undergraduate awards are presented in recognition of superior academic achievement to the student who graduates with distinction and the highest grade point average. The Master's Awards are presented upon recommendation of each graduate program. These awards will be presented to the recipients along with their parchments. Now, I get to turn to the awarding of certificates and diplomas. President and Vice Chancellor Bluchard, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for the Collegiate Honors of Graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study, and I ask that they be awarded the Certificate in Nonprofit Leadership to Adabakola Shogbamu. The certificate in Tourism and Hospitality Management to Odin Seth Villanueva. The Diploma in Business Administration to Luisa Sanchez with distinction. Guanza Wang. The Diploma in Tourism and Hospitality Management to Yigang Chi. Madam Chancellor, it is now my privilege to present to you the candidates for the Collegiate Honors of Graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study, and I ask that they be admitted to the baccalaureate degree. Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Arts on Megan Eleanor Ackerman.
Megan, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Oriolua Alimi.
Aria, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
To Miriam Andrews.
Muriel, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome. Good luck.
Morgan Cooper.
Morgan, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Jeremy Ford.
Jeremy, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Laura Ellen Haywood.
Laura, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Michaela Jollymore.
Michaela, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Lauren Knapp.
Lauren, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Cora Lynn Monroe.
Coraline, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Leah Solomon.
Leah, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome. Good job.
April Stevens.
April, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Lori Thistle, with distinction.
Lori, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with distinction. Congratulations. Very good job.
Ellen Tinney.
And I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Megan Whalen.
Megan, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Joseph James Patrick Wilson.
Joseph, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. You're welcome.
These are our BA graduates. Chancellor O'Keefe, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Science on Sipopo Ada with distinction and the highest aggregate in the settled.
I have a lot to say. We've got the flag. On behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. And you actually got distinction.
Sipopo is also the recipient of the Senate Medal of Distinction. Kwasi Asare Adje.
All right, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Congratulations. Good luck.
Darcy E. Burley.
Darcy, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
Gabrielle Grouse with distinction.
Gabrielle, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science with distinction. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Jessica Hiscock.
Jessica, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
These are our BSc graduates. I now turn the podium over to my colleague, Dr. Kim Keenapple, Dean of Graduate and Professional Studies.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study on Jillian Aylward with distinction and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
Jillian, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, and with distinction and everything. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Lindsay Drake.
Lindsay, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study. Congratulations.
Alexis Aileen Fogarty.
Alexis, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. You're welcome.
Ashley Frizzell.
Ashley, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Congratulations.
Kimberly Klaas.
Kimberly, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Congratulations.
Shaughnessy LaBelle.
Shaughnessy, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies.
Jessica McBurney.
Jessica, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Okay. You're welcome.
Ellen Elizabeth Murray.
Ellen, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Congratulations.
Brooke Neville.
Brooke, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies.
Denisha Painter.
Tanisha, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Congratulations.
Ariel Richardson.
Ariel, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies. Congratulations.
Kendra Weir.
Kendra, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Studies.
And these are our Child and Youth Study graduates. Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Information Technology, Cooperative Education route on Alfred Raymond Parks.
Alfred, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, of Applied Arts, Information Technology, Co-op Education route, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good job. I know, it's a real team.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration on Carrie Alsadi with distinction and highest aggregate and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
Harry, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Medal of Distinction. Everything. You did really, really well.
Hamis Alazani. Azi.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good job.
Khalid Mohammed Al-Gahamdi.
Khalid, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Abdullah Al-Matari.
Abdullah, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Mazan Al-Shahari.
Maza, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good job.
Ashley Bennett, Cooperative Education route with distinction.
Ashley, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Co-op route. You did really well.
Ashley Burgess, Cooperative Education route with distinction.
Ashley, I admit you the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with distinction. Good job. You're welcome.
Yan Ding with distinction.
And I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with distinction. You did a good job.
Goldine St. Anne Duncan.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. I have a lot of fans here. Family too. Yes.
Scott Finley.
Scott, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Michelle Kim Frost.
Michelle, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Nabil Hassan Haq.
Nabil, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Good job. You're welcome.
Xianha Lui.
Brianna, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. You're welcome.
Kingston Morrissey.
I have a few friends here. I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Good luck.
Taylor Morrissey.
Taylor, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Good job, Taylor! Come on, Taylor!
Abdul Wahid Nasser.
Abdul, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Vanessa N. Canessa.
Big show. Vanessa, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Enjoy your friends.
Isabella Christine Ribeiro.
Isabella, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Julia Ribeiro.
Julia, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
But this is, oh. Valeria Lara.
Larry, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good job.
Xu Xiang Wang with distinction.
Yushing, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with distinction. Good job. You're welcome.
Teresa Young.
Is that the little one? Teresa, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Is that what you're Sweet.
Kai-Lu Jiang.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Selena Zhu with distinction.
Selena, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with distinction. Good job. You're welcome.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent confers the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in association with Bermuda College on Justy Clark.
Juicy, on behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in association with Bermuda College, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Marissa Franklin.
Marissa, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in association with Bermuda College. Congratulations.
Sophia James.
Sophia, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, another Bermudian. Congratulations. You're welcome.
And these are our Bachelor of Business Administration graduates. Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Cooperative Education route on Michael J. Avery.
Michael, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education route, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good job.
Lena Basha with distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education route with distinction. You're welcome.
Jordan Boyd.
Jordan, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, the Co-op route. Was it a good experience?
Allison Laura Bryan with distinction.
Allison, hi. Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education. Congratulations.
William J. Burns with distinction and highest aggregate and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
William, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with distinction, highest aggregate. Good on you.
Kaylee Chisholm.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op. Y'all really happy?
Emma Colson.
Anna, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op.
Ryan Critch with distinction.
Brian, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. You did a good job. You're welcome.
Grace Damon with distinction.
Grace, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. You did really good.
Elizabeth Grace Duff with distinction.
Finally. Elizabeth, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jacqueline Dunstan with distinction.
Jacqueline, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. You did a great job. You're welcome.
Catherine Flynn with distinction.
Catherine, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. You did a good job. You're welcome.
Riley Garrigan with distinction.
Riley, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op with distinction. Good job.
Lauren Gertz.
Lauren, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education. Good job. You're welcome.
Chris Gregory with distinction.
Chris, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. Good. You're welcome.
Jana Hamilton with distinction.
Jana, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with distinction. I love you.
Andrea Hart with distinction.
Andrea, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with distinction. Good job.
Jillian Maria Ivanov.
Juliana, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op. Was it a good experience?
Catherine Jacobs.
Catherine, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education. Very noisy, friends.
Stephanie McIntosh with distinction.
Stephanie, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction.
Morgan Majra with distinction.
Morgan, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education with distinction. Good job.
Jose Poirier with distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with distinction. Good job.
Alexis Roter with distinction.
Alexis, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with distinction. Noisy friends.
John Seitman.
Noisy crowd. I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Kelsey Skinner with distinction.
Kelsey, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op with distinction. Good job.
Kelly Stewart with distinction.
Kelly, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op with distinction. Good job.
Ling Yang Wong.
Ling, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education. Good job.
Allison Maria White.
Allison, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, co-op.
Chelsea White.
Chelsea, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Public.
And these are our Bachelor of Public Relations graduates. Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition on Cassandra Burton Integrated Internship Education Program.
Cassandra, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Bryn Huxtable Integrated Internship Education Program with distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. You did a good job.
Natasha McLeod with distinction.
Natasha, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. You're welcome.
Brittany Pettigrew.
Brittany, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Meng Ting Yang with distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition with distinction. Good job. You're welcome.
And these are our Bachelor of Science Applied Human Nutrition graduates. Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management on Yi Chi-Un Lee Cooperative Education Route with distinction.
On behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Good job.
Amy Myatt, Practica Route.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Defie Wu, Cooperative Education Route.
CPA, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Liu Qing Xu, Practica Route with distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Shishi Zhu, Practica Route with distinction and highest aggregate and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management. You did a great job. Distinction. You're welcome.
And these are our Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management graduates. Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for the collegiate honors of graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study and ask that they be admitted to the master's degree. Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Public Relations on Daniela Scaffi.
Daniela, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good job. You're welcome.
Oluwaseyem Alweyemi.
Owe, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. He keeps moving around. He's really bad. He keeps changing his seat.
Krista Louise Collins.
Krista, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Good job. Long road, eh?
Carol Gravel and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
Carol, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. You did really, really well. You're welcome.
Caitlin Ingram.
Caitlin, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Fatima Hussein Kazmi.
Fatima, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Good job.
Omulu Busolola Kola Esho.
I admit you to the... He keeps moving around. I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations. You're welcome. Good luck.
Melissa McInnes.
Melissa, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Good job. You're welcome.
Bridget Morin.
Bridget, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Tara Pye.
Tara, I admit you to the degree of Master of Public Relations. Good job. You're welcome.
And these are our Master of Public Relations graduates. Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study on Christy Longmire.
Christy, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Really good job. Congratulations. Be careful.
Brenna Richard and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
Brenna, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Studies with distinction. Good job.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Arts in Communication Adelphalaki Adejeji.
On behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Communication with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Arts in Women and Gender Studies offered jointly by Mount St. Vincent University and St. Mary's University on Courtney Leanne McDonald.
Courtney, on behalf of the Synod of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Women and Gender Studies with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good job.
Madam Chancellor, Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Science Applied Human Nutrition on Terry Finbo Integrated Internship Education Program and the Senate Medal of Distinction.
That's a lot of words. On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you to the degree of Master of Science Applied Human Nutrition with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. You did a great job. Congratulations. Good luck.
Madam Chancellor, in addition, we confer the appropriate degrees on all those presented to the University Senate.
I confer degrees in absentia on those persons so designated by the Dean.
And now it is time to recognize some of the Mount's exceptional students. I would ask that Kelly O'Neill come join us on the platform. The Graduate Thesis Award was established in 2003 to be awarded annually at the Fall Convocation. Students who graduate in the spring and fall ceremonies are eligible for this award. This award is presented to a student who has completed a thesis that is of exceptional quality, includes evidence of well-developed and independent research skills, and will make a contribution to their academic discipline. The 2009 Graduate Thesis Award goes to Kelly O'Neill, Master of Arts, Family Studies and Gerontology. Kelly's thesis is entitled Dimensions of Housing Insecurity for Older Women Living with a Low Income. Kelly examined the experiences of older women accessing affordable housing using a critical feminist perspective. She has presented her conclusions at a co-housing conference and at the Canadian Association of Gerontology, where she received the Donald Menzies Bursary for her scholarly achievement. The findings and recommendations have been shared with over 100 representatives of federal, provincial, and municipal governments, and the affording housing community and not-for-profit agencies that support older women with lower incomes. Kelly is now engaged in further research as a PhD student. Congratulations, Kelly. Our next award is the President's Prize. And I would ask Elizabeth Duff to join us on the platform. The President's Prize is a special award donated by the university president and awarded to a member of the graduating class whose energy, generosity, and commitment have enriched the university during their time as students, and those who shall promise that their commitment will continue as alumni. It is with great pleasure that we present the President's Prize to Elizabeth Duff, Bachelor of Public Relations. Any member of the MSVU community who has encountered Elizabeth can attest to her energy and positivity. As a scholar, Elizabeth has been on the Dean's List with a 4.0 GPA and received a President's Scholarship in each year of her study. She was an engaged learner in class who contributed thoughtfully and positively to the learning environment. She was also recognized as Co-op Student of the Year. Elizabeth was active in the MSVU Students' Union as the Students' Union Vice President, Student Life, Social Media Coordinator, and as a Student Ambassador. She was recognized for these contributions with the Students' Union President's Award, Emerging Leader Award, and the Leadership Recognition Award. Elizabeth also received the Outstanding Contribution to Residence Life Award and the Student Ambassador Award. Was there any award that you haven't received? For her range of contributions that demonstrate her energy, generosity, and commitment to Mount St. University, Elizabeth Duff receives the President's Prize. Congratulations. And now would Allison Bryant please join us on the platform? Allison Bryan is a recipient of Kappa Gamma Pi Award, and she has also been named the valedictorian. Membership in Kappa Gamma Pi, the Honor Society of Catholic Universities, is awarded to graduates who, in addition to high scholastic standing and a good record in extracurricular activities, give promise to academic leadership in the future. The Valedictorian Prize provides all valedictorians with a lasting memento of their achievement and contribution to the graduating class. To be chosen valedictorian, the student must have maintained a strong academic record, must have been actively involved in a number of extracurricular activities, either on campus or in the community, and must have been nominated as a fitting spokesperson for the graduating class by their peers and/or their faculty. Allison is an exceptional student who has demonstrated a commitment to excellence and an enthusiasm for learning. She was the Vice President of Student Life in the MSVU Students' Union, where she managed all aspects of orientation and Welcome Week. She helped organize the Canadian Organization of Campus Activities National Conference and worked with the Alumni Association and University Advancement to create events for graduating students. As a Mount 101 Program Assistant Mentor, she trained all the Mount mentors. Allison demonstrated commitment provides every indication that she will continue to engage in activities that will benefit the Mount community. Allison is described as a very dedicated and involved student advocate. She has been a member of the Academic Appeals Student Discipline Committee and the Student Judicial Committee. In the broader community, she has been recognized as Coach of the Year in Artistic Swimming. Allison is certainly deserving of both recognitions this morning. Congratulations, Allison. And now would you please come to the podium to deliver your address?
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, Madam Board Chair, honorary degree recipient, distinguished guests, families, friends, and fellow graduates. We did it! We did it! I'm honored to be standing up here today looking and admiring the people I've spent the last 4 years getting to know. In my fellow graduates, in my staff and faculty who supported us, and in the families and friends who have given us endless encouragement. Shout out Brian Vandertoin clan. I want to recognize that this room is supercharged with emotions today. Some of us are relieved we made it through those long nights writing papers due the next morning. Some of us are sad we don't get to see our friends every day anymore. Some of us are excited we never have to spend time finding parking on this campus again. No matter what your emotion is in this moment, it's valid. So I'm a swimmer at heart, and I coach artistic swimming, previously known as synchronized swimming. I found a love for it when I was 7 and have been involved as an athlete, spectator, and coach since. This love ignites a fire and passion in me to be the best coach I can be for my athletes. Picture this. You're jumping into a pool. You hit the water and go fully under. That following moment, the moment where you're totally submersed and floating, it's the closest we can get to complete serenity. This moment where you're in complete silence and floating back up to the surface, I've been thinking about a lot recently. It's my favorite moment for 2 reasons. First, you feel the coolness and weightlessness of the water, but not the pressure of the world and people around you. And second, you can choose to be stuck underwater, or you can come up for air. We're at a time in our lives where it may seem like we're stuck underwater a lot, looking for a job in our field and not being able to find exactly what it is that we're looking for. Or we have a job in our field and are feeling pressure of proving we know what we're doing with the degrees we just got today. The moment you get to breathe and the pressure disappears are a gift. The moment you get to breathe after swimming 25 meters underwater in one breath is a gift. All the hard work and time that you're all putting in is going to be worth it. Just don't forget you need oxygen. This passion for swimming is something I won't ever lose. It excites me to help grow the future of my sport and see where athletes go. For those who know the feeling of watching someone understand something for the first time, when it finally clicks, that gives you the energy to keep going and giving it your all. So I want to challenge my fellow graduates. Find your passion, whether it's research, athletics, people. Oprah Winfrey once said, "Passion is energy." Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. So take that energy and use it to fuel your exciting passions. Thank you.
Congratulations yet again. After this, you are cordially invited to a reception in McCain Center. The best thing is to get yourself to the second floor and walk through the cafeteria and over through the library. Some people will be there to direct you, but we hope you will come. I declare this convocation closed.
Now, to officially close the ceremony, we're going to stand to sing O Canada. So please join me in standing and singing O Canada. And I'd also just like to remind people that the graduates will leave the room first. And so if you could remain at your seats while the graduates leave after the singing of O Canada. Thank you.